Hey everyone, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Today,
Yes.
we are diving into a world
Okay.
where the people closest to you
Mm-hmm.
might be hiding the darkest secrets.
Right.
And finding the courage to face your past is
Yeah.
the only way to survive.
Definitely.
This intense look into family and betrayal
Mm.
is a special request from Deborah Countless on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Thanks for suggesting this thriller, Deborah.
Absolutely. We're going to be looking at Melinda Lee's Cross Her Heart,
Oh,
a
yeah!
book that pulls you in from the very first sentence
For sure.
and drops you right into a world of suspense and hidden trauma.
Yeah.
If you're liking these deep dives, please hit that like button
Yes.
and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes.
Definitely. And you can find a link to Cross Her Heart on Amazon.
Yes.
In the description below.
Exactly.
This isn't just about solving a crime. It's a deeply personal story
Mm-hmm.
about the bonds between sisters,
Yeah.
the scars of childhood,
Mm.
and the lengths we go to protect the ones we love.
For sure.
Leigh really weaves a story where
Yeah.
the past is always present
She did
in
not.
every action.
Definitely.
So what I think is really fascinating here
Yeah.
is how Leigh throws us right into the life of
Yeah.
our main character,
Yeah.
Bree Taggert.
Uh-huh.
She's a homicide detective in Philadelphia,
Okay.
a job that requires a certain emotional distance,
Mm-hmm.
but she has to go back to her childhood home
Yeah.
in Grace Hollow
Right.
because of a tragedy.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
Bree's sister, Erin,
Mhm.
has been murdered,
Yes.
which would shatter any family.
Oh, for sure.
But for Bree,
Yeah.
it also forces her to confront
Right.
a past she tried to leave behind.
A past she doesn't want to deal with.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And initially, it seems pretty clear. Like a classic setup,
Uh-huh.
Erin's husband, Justin,
Right.
is the prize suspect.
Okay.
He's missing.
Mm.
He's got his own problems.
Yeah.
It's kind of a familiar thriller trope, right?
Right. The troubled spouse.
Yeah,
The obvious suspect.
exactly.
Like the first place you look.
But like any good thriller fan knows,
Yeah.
the obvious answer is rarely the right one.
Almost never.
Right. And Leigh is really good at introducing
Yeah.
all these other characters
Yes.
around Bree and Erin,
Mm-hmm.
each with their own connections and secrets
Yeah.
that make the investigation more complicated.
For sure.
It's like a puzzle with a bunch of missing pieces.
Exactly. And thrillers are all about playing with your expectations.
Right.
So when we see all these different characters,
Yeah,
it's a sign that things aren't what they seem.
for sure.
It's like she's giving us clues,
Mhm.
but also trying to mislead us
Yeah,
to keep us guessing.
exactly.
And that's what makes it so good.
So we have Dana Romano,
Okay.
Bree's partner in Philadelphia.
Right.
She's tough and practical,
Uh,
and she sees everything from an outsider's perspective.
okay.
And then there's Matt Flynn. Yeah.
Justin's best friend
Right.
and a former canine officer in Grace Hollow.
So his loyalty is really tested here.
Yeah, for sure.
He's connected to the prime suspect,
Right.
but he's also part of the community.
Yeah.
So where does his loyalty lie? It's a really interesting dynamic.
It is.
And it makes you wonder
Yeah.
if he's being objective.
Or if his feelings are getting in the way.
Right. Could he be missing something?
Exactly.
Because he's so close to Justin.
And then we have Erin's children,
Yes.
Luke and Kayla,
Oh, gosh.
and they are at the heart of Bree's motivation.
Of course they are.
Yeah, she wants to protect them.
Oh.
And that drives her throughout the story.
And the fact that there are children involved
Yes.
really raises the stakes.
Oh, definitely.
It's not just about solving a crime anymore.
Right.
It's about protecting these kids
Mm-hmm.
and making sure they're okay.
Yeah,
And that adds so much weight to Bree's investigation.
absolutely.
Makes it so much more personal.
And then there's Adam,
Right.
Bree and Erin's brother.
Yeah. He's an artist.
So he sees the world a little differently.
Right.
Maybe he's more aware of the tensions
Mm-mm.
within
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah, and his art
Uh-huh.
could be a way for him to deal with
Right.
their shared experiences, like
Yeah.
a silent commentary on their
It's-
past.
And it makes you wonder
Yeah.
if his art holds any clues
Mhm.
or secrets.
Like hidden messages
Yeah.
about what really happened.
Exactly.
We also have Craig Vance,
Okay.
Erin's ex-husband,
Right.
and the father of her children.
Yeah.
And there's all this complexity from their past relationship
Mm-hmm.
and potential custody battles.
Right.
So he's immediately a possible source of conflict.
Like thrillers.
Yeah.
The ex is always suspicious.
Right.
There's always that history
Mm.
with the victim,
Yeah.
that potential for resentment
Right.
or anger.
It's like a classic red herring.
Exactly.
And then there's Zach,
Yeah.
Erin's coworker. Yeah.
and his wife Stephanie, and their connection to Erin
Right.
adds another layer of intrigue.
For sure.
Could the motive be connected to Erin's work?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It makes you think about those workplace dynamics.
Right.
The rivalries.
Yeah.
Maybe even a secret relationship that no one knew about.
Exactly.
It definitely adds another layer to the mystery.
So we have this whole web of connected lives
Yeah.
in Gray's Hollow.
A small town with big secrets.
Right.
It's like everyone's connected.
And then Erin's death just throws everything into chaos.
It's like a bomb went off.
Yeah.
And now everyone's trying to pick up the pieces.
And our guide through all of this is Melinda Leigh's Cross Her Heart.
Yes.
Which gives us glimpses into these relationships.
Right.
The secrets and the twists and turns that are coming.
Oh, yeah. There are going to be some twists.
So our mission today
Okay.
is to untangle this web and help you understand the forces at play, the underlying currents.
Exactly.
We're not going to spoil the big surprises.
Right.
But we will explore the setup, the characters, and the threads that Leigh so carefully lays out in these early stages.
Okay, so as we start to piece things together from these excerpts, some key themes emerge.
Okay.
We see how Bree's own past, her childhood marked by violence, really shapes her determination to protect her niece and nephew.
Of course.
Her past isn't just backstory. It's a lens through which she sees everything.
It informs her every decision.
Exactly. And it's interesting how the story initially points to Justin as the suspect.
He's the obvious choice.
Right. He's missing. He's got problems.
Yeah.
It seems like an open and shut case.
But Leigh is so good.
She is.
At planting those seeds of doubt.
Yeah.
Those alternative possibilities that make you question everything. So even though Justin seems guilty, you can't help but wonder if there's more to the story.
And then we have characters like Craig.
Right.
With his history with Erin.
Yeah.
And his reasons for wanting custody of the kids. And Zach, whose connection to Erin seems to go beyond work.
Right.
And they immediately become suspects, too.
They broaden the scope of the investigation. It's like Leigh is saying, don't jump to conclusions.
Exactly.
There's more to this than meets the eye.
And then the story takes a darker turn.
Okay.
When we start to see Zach's behavior, those hints of a controlling nature, and maybe even an obsession with Erin. Yeah. It's like a subtle shift, but it suggests something much more sinister.
Like a darkness lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah.
And it reminds us that appearances can be deceiving.
Right.
Zach seems like just a coworker.
Yeah.
But those little details paint a different picture, a much more disturbing one.
It's like the most dangerous threats are often hidden in plain sight. So what have we learned so far? Cross Her Heart is a story about family, not just blood ties, but also the complicated relationships and the secrets people keep.
The things we hide from each other.
Exactly.
And how those secrets can come back to haunt us.
It shows how past trauma can shape our actions, and how the search for truth can lead us down dangerous paths.
Paths we never expected to take.
So here's something for you to think about.
Okay.
How do you think Bree's own experiences will affect her investigation?
Yeah.
Will her past make her more aware of certain things, or could it blind her to other possibilities?
Interesting.
And how does this small town setting contribute to the secrets and the darkness?
Right.
What does this tell us about trust and betrayal, even within the closest circles?
That's a question.
If you were Bree, knowing her past and what we know so far, what would you be looking for?
What clues would you follow?
Exactly.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But that's what makes these stories so compelling.
Right.
They make you think.
Yeah.
And they stay with you long after you finish reading.
Definitely.
So until next time.
Happy reading, everyone.
Bye.